We can name polygons in two different ways. One way we can name them is according to the number of sides or angles that they have. Now some of these are very familiar. There's a few that have more than one name. But as we start here, 3 would be a triangle or a trigon. 4 would be a quadrilateral or a tetragon. You see the prefix tetra means 4. We get to 5. Most people know this one. It's a pentagon. 6 is a hexagon. 7 is a heptagon. Most people know this one. 8 is an octagon. 9 is a nonagon or an enneagon. And 10 is a decagon. Now when we go above 10, we end up basically adding something to decagon. So 11 is a hendecagon. Hen is 1, decagon is 10, so 1 and 10 make the 11. 12 is dodecagon. 13, most people guess this one, tridecagon. 14 takes this prefix here, tetradecagon. 15 is going back to here and following the pattern, pentadecagon. 16 is a hexadecagon. 17 is a heptadecagon. 18 is an octadecagon. 19 takes this one. It doesn't have 2. It just has an enneadecagon. And then we change the pattern with 20 and we have icosagon. Now anything beyond that, however many sides it is, if it has whatever n number of sides, we call that an n-gon. So if it had 50 sides, we would call that a 50-gon. Now there are other names for it, but most people don't use those beyond 20. So we can use that to answer questions like this. How many total sides are there in 2 heptagons, 3 dodecagons, and 1 icosagon? Well, heptagons have 7. We have 2 of those. So 2 times 7. Dodecagons have 12, and we have 3 of those. So 3 times 12. And then an icosagon has 20. We have 1 of those. And so we can multiply to get the number of sides for each type of shape and then add all that together. So here we would have 14, we'd have 36, and we would have 20. And that's going to make a total of 70 sides. Well, we can also name polygons by their vertices. And when we do that, we need to go consecutively. So wherever I start, I need to go consecutively following along the border, either clockwise or counterclockwise direction. Now what some people do is they'll say, in order to limit the number of names you have, let's start with the earliest letter in the alphabet, or you could say the latest letter in the alphabet, or however you want to do that. But I'll go ahead and start with the earliest letter in the alphabet, which is going to be C in this one. So we would have, since it has 6 sides, we would have hexagon. Going clockwise, C-O-L-U-M-N. However, if I went counterclockwise, this direction, I would go C-N-M-U-L-O. Now sometimes when we do this, we will end up with something that is a word. Other times we won't. And depending on where we start, that could change it. Some things may look like they make a word and end up not. I'll show you how that works in this next example. If I start with the earliest letter in the alphabet for this one, that would be an A. And it is a pentagon. I'll give you both versions. If I start and go clockwise, that A, E, P, S, H. If I go counterclockwise, it would be A, H, S, P, E. Now some people look at this and they say, I can see the word shape in here. S-H-A-P-E. But to do that, I had to go from A to P across the interior of the shape, and that's not allowed. We have to name it by consecutive vertices. So be very careful about that.